In the city of Montreal, there lies a building which holds a terrifying secret. Most people remain in the dark as to the events that led to the disappearance of countless children and a series of unexplained events. Events that would shape a small neighborhood and keep investigators from solving the mystery of Building 4825.
In the cold heart of Montreal, amid the frigid winds and shadowed streets, there stands a building with a reputation dark enough to chill the bones of even the most skeptical. Building 4825, an unassuming 10-story structure nestled in one of the city's struggling neighborhoods, holds secrets that have remained unsolved for decades. By the mid-1980s, whispers of strange occurrences and chilling disappearances began to plague the tenants of this crumbling residence. The building's ventilation shaft, the so-called shaft, was rumored to be more than just a system of pipes and ducts. It was said to be a corridor for something sinister, something that lurked in the shadows, watching and waiting. On January 11, 1986, the Alawi family, recent immigrants from Morocco, sat down for dinner. Around the table were three brothers, their mother, father, and Uncle Hassan, a man in his early 30s who had recently arrived from Casablanca seeking a better life. Joining them was Christopher, a lonely 10-year-old neighbor whose nurse mother often worked late-night shifts. The family ate with joy, their laughter filling the small apartment. Christopher, an only child, relished the warmth and camaraderie far beyond from the dingy confines of his own cockroach-infested home. But just as dessert was served, the jovial atmosphere shifted. "I saw it again," Hassan said suddenly, breaking off a piece of cake with his hands. His voice was low, his tone ominous. "It was in the vent, watching." Crumbs from his cake littered his ill-fitted sweater as he spoke. The room fell silent. The so-called thing Hassan mentioned was not unfamiliar to the residents of Building 4825. Stories of its presence, always seen but never fully described, had circulated for years. It was rumored to live within the building's ventilation system, moving unseen through the labyrinth of ducts that connected every apartment. Tenants spoke of strange noises, missing objects, and cold drafts that carried whispers late at night. Some tenants dismissed the tales as urban legend, but others, particularly the older Eastern European and Haitian immigrants, were firm believers. "Do not speak of it," they would warn in hushed voices. "Do not give it power." Hassan's mention of the thing was enough to unsettle Munir, the eldest Alawi brother. Normally fearless, the teenager's expression turned pale. For the younger children, the shift in mood was terrifying. Christopher's stomach tightened with unease. The vent above the family's bathroom had always seemed innocuous, yet now it loomed in his mind as a portal to something unspeakable. Later that evening, Christopher bid the Alawis good night and stepped into the dimly lit hallway. The building's lighting was staggered. Even numbered floors were poorly illuminated, while odd-numbered ones were cloaked in near-total darkness. The hallway's musty air was thick and oppressive, and the faint smell of couscous clung to him as he climbed the 17 steps to his second-floor apartment. Christopher's hand brushed the wall as he ascended, the texture beneath his fingers gritty and uneven. He recoiled at the feel of something wet, a forgotten smear of grime, or perhaps something worse. His heart quickened as his imagination conjured the thing moving through the walls following him. When he finally reached his apartment, his mother greeted him with her usual sternness. "You're late. Get to bed," she said. Christopher nodded, but as he prepared for bed, he found himself drawn to the vent in their tiny bathroom. It was slightly ajar. Standing on the laundry bin, he reached up and pushed it closed. The simple act did little to ease his mind. That night, as he lay in bed, he dreamed of the thing, a nightmare so vivid it would haunt him for years to come. Christopher's dream was just the beginning, and over the few weeks, whispers of missing children and strange occurrences spread among the building's residents. Over the following weeks, whispers of missing children and strange occurrences spread among the building's residents. Neighbors who had dismissed the thing as a mere tale began to reconsider, especially when the claw marks were found etched into the walls of the basement. And then came the first disappearance. The true story of Building 4825 remains shrouded in mystery. The events of January 1986 were only the start of a series of chilling and inexplicable happenings that would terrorize its tenants. Some say the thing was a figment of collective imagination, born from the stress of poverty and isolation. Others believe it was something far more sinister, a being that fed on fear and thrived in the darkness. What is undeniable is that the stories of Building 4825 have never truly gone away. Those who lived through its horrors are reluctant to speak, and those who dare to investigate find themselves plagued by nightmares and unexplained phenomena. Was it real? Or was it the manifestation of a community's deepest fears? Perhaps some doors are better left closed, and some vents firmly sealed.